Hey everyone, it's Lindsay from My Crafty Plans. Today I'm going to be planning the week of October 26th in my memory planner. Obviously, this did happen a while ago. I am still catching up on all of my rewind spreads from last year, from after the move. But anyway, this is my Aura Estelle A5 Wide Cloud, which is my memory planner. I am using another one for 2021 as well. And I'm going to be using this Mirimibelle kit called Witches Brew. This was the week of Halloween, and this was also the week that we moved, but I used like a more moving themed kit the week before so that I could use a Halloween kit here. I just thought this was so cute, and I loved like the girl holding the pumpkin over her face. So I decided to go ahead and grab this a while ago. Obviously, and it does come with like all these foiled headers and these date covers and all the little boxes and everything, and you get like much more functional stuff, these little functional icons as well. And yeah, so that is it. I'm gonna pull out these pages.
So first up, sorry for the lighting and the gray background in the first part of this video. Basically, my office was the last thing that was done in the construction. We are 100% done now, and I will, catch you up on all of that as we go through the various weeks here. But my office was like the last week that was done, and I had some free time in kind of while we were waiting for the carpet to come in, but like the construction was mostly done and I wasn't really working on anything, and I really wanted to film. So I did pre-record I did film like 3 weeks of just the base of the spreads because I couldn't find any of my foil or character stickers. So I just filmed like the beginning part, and I'm actually laying on one of those print impression maps in just one of the kids' rooms because my office like didn't have carpet and wasn't set up, and my whole filming space wasn't set up. So anyway, sorry about that. So there's going to be a couple of videos over the next few weeks or whatever while I'm catching up with some weird lighting at the beginning because I just basically lugged my filming stuff all everywhere. But now I'm totally set up, and when I get into like the day by day on this, I'm in my permanent filming space. Everything is unpacked. I managed to find all of my stickers. They were in a box that had been mislabeled as kitchen stuff that I just thought was China, so I hadn't unpacked it. But then like this past weekend, I think we finished unpacking all of the rest of our boxes, including all of our China, because everything was finally all set up and we were just putting the China away in the basement, and I found a box that had all of my stickers in it, basically. So I was very happy about that because I was very worried that I had lost all of my stickers, but it is so good to be back. I'm so excited. I'm going to have a bunch of videos coming. I'm just going to catch up on all of the weeks that I missed, but I'm also going to keep going forward and kind of just interweave those things together. I don't want to get like behind on my 2021 spreads. It will take me some time to catch up on like the last 10 spreads or so of the year. This is from the week of Halloween, obviously, which is also the week that we moved. And I have all of the other spreads between this and sort of the end of the year to catch up in this planner, then plus like a couple of the weeks in January that have already happened, which I'm going to start working on too. So they'll just be kind of mixed in together, and I will just kind of catch you up on everything as it goes. Maybe we'll answer some questions or talk about different topics, whatever works, whatever I feel like. But if you have any suggestions, definitely leave them in the comments below. But I will try and post as much of this on video as I can. Just really like find this very therapeutic, the talking of the stickers and the laying of the stickers. So anyway, I am really excited for this. So I'll probably be doing like about 2 videos per week for now, and then maybe we'll up it later. We'll see. I'm trying not to overwhelm my stuff because I am actually working quite a bit as well, so I want to just have like a good balance of everything. But yeah, anyways, this was the week of Halloween. Our Halloween was actually really fun. We went to like this social distancing thing in my dad's neighborhood. It was like the day after we moved. This is the second year in a row that we've moved like the week of Halloween. Obviously we had like a 1-year lease. So anyway, so that was fine. Our move was so stressful and so chaotic. It was our worst move ever. I think I mentioned that on a video before. Like honestly, this week was one of the most stressful weeks in my like entire life. I totally forgot about it at this point because it's like a while ago, and I'm not a person who dwells on stuff like that. But then I was like coming back, looking over my notes for the week, looking like at what I wrote in my memory keeper for the week and all that stuff that I used to like do the spreads. And I was just like, wow, that was a really terrible week. Oh my goodness. And it also like kicked off a string of weeks where I feel like I got 0 sleep whatsoever. We have 3 kids, and this period of my life, like more than any newborn period, more than anything, is I think the least sleep I had ever gotten in my entire life, like over an extended period of time, just getting everyone settled into the house, trying to share a room with the baby, which was a total and epic fail, and we eventually gave up on it and just gave her the bedroom and started sleeping on a sofa bed. Like, I'm not kidding. I spent over a month sleeping on a sofa bed in our living room because I didn't want to share a room with my 9-month-old baby. Well, I guess she was a little bit younger than that at this point. But anyway, it was just one thing after another. This was also the week before Election Day, and I was like so stressed, and I was just like, refresh on 538.com, which, if you don't know what that is, it's like a political website that does like statistical analysis of elections. And I mean, they do some news coverage as well, and if you don't know, I am an economist and statistician by training. So that is like what my school background is in. I have a degree in math and a degree in economics and I focused on statistics. So that's like a long time ago, but it is my background. So I love that website. I love their podcast and everything, but this was a very stressful week. But yeah, anyway, so then on Monday, plus I was like working on stuff. Like, why did I agree to work deliverables this week? I'm a freelancer. I'm supposed to set my own schedule, but it never seems to work out that way. But anyway, so I was working on a bunch of stuff this week. Monday was like the last day I filmed anything in the planner. And then I just like tidied and got ready. I did like a little bit of reading, and then my kids were being absolute monsters. So I pretty much just focused on that. And then on Tuesday, I spent the whole day packing. And then I walked to pick up the kids. That was the last time I ever walked to pick up the kids. I mean, I'm sure not ever in my whole life, because the elementary schools around here is pretty close, but we don't live walking distance from our preschool anymore because we have the kids in the same preschool. So that was the last day that I walked to pick the kids up from preschool. I had I write for this website sometimes, and I had something that I had to send to them by Tuesday that was all finished up. I also dropped off a bunch of books at the library, and I think picked up some books of the library. And then just to unwind, I read a YA book, which was The Summer of Impossibilities, and it was just okay. But I read the whole thing in one sitting. It was just a really short YA book. I feel like I do that a lot. If I go to the library and I get something that's like short, I'll just like read it all that day. I don't know. And then, on Monday, I guess I had finished The Song of Achilles, which I also just thought was okay. And then like a book I'd been really looking forward to, but didn't like love. And it kind of took me a while to finish. But anyway, yeah, so that was that. And then, yeah, that was pretty much it for Tuesday. And then Wednesday was a disaster. Here begins the dumpster fire of the week. So I went over to the new house because the contractor asked me to come over. We were getting a new back door for like the back of our house, and like that we had been supposed to replace the back door, and there was like a window situation there, and we knew there was like a problem with the window, so we were like just gonna replace the door, and they were actually just gonna cover the window because it was a silly window that you didn't need anyways. It's in like a mudroom. So anyway, but then they were like trying to replace it, and when they took it out, there was just like the whole room was basically rotted, and it's like an old addition on the house, not like an addition that we did or even the people that lived there before us. So they found like all of this rotted siding, and all of this it was like completely rotted. They couldn't put the new door in. Like there were beams that were rotted, and then they ended up tracing it all the way back. Part of the roof had some damage. So this was the construction dumpster fire. We just found out about the problem at this point. We didn't have like the full scope or the money. It ended up being very expensive and very time consuming. It delayed our construction. It sent us way over budget, but we are okay, and we're able, we're going to be fine. It was just like, and we had expected things like this to happen. Maybe not this bad. This was pretty bad, and it was really stressful because of that. And we could just tell, like, as soon as we saw it, we were like, this is like, we didn't account for this bad. And we had already had the issue with the floor, which was like the kind of the bad that we had accounted for, like not something we had budgeted for, but like still, within our margin of error. This put us a little bit over that margin of error, but it's all done now. We're okay. Everything's fine. Everything's fixed, and hopefully that's good, and hopefully we won't have to fix the roof or anything else like this for a super very long time, or like ever. But anyway, everything and the construction is all done now, and it looks wonderful, and I'm so happy and all of that. And it's better to just fix things the right way, because that's how these problems kind of spring up on you in the first place, is because people had just like patched the siding with extra layers of siding instead of fixing the underlying problem, and water got trapped in between, and it was just a whole thing. But anyway, and then Thursday was our actual moving day. I've shared like a ton in my Instagram stories, and it's all saved to our highlights if you want to see, if you haven't seen like what the house looks like and what the construction looks like and like the different projects we did. We did like a pretty massive overhaul of the house that we bought, which was our plan and everything, and it was really exciting and it was really fun to do, although I'm not sure my husband would agree with that statement, but I thought it was really fun to do, and I'm very happy with how everything turned out. So you can check that out on my Instagram stories. But anyway, on Thursday was our actual moving day, and our preschool which is the best, and they're so nice and like very like so family. They let my son come to school that day, even though it wasn't like one of his regular days. They just let us send him. That's the same thing. My baby was born on a Thursday too, and they just were like, no problem, and they don't charge us extra for it, like as long as you don't abuse it. They're really just very great. So anyway, so he went to school, and my big kid goes every day. So they were at school, and we had the movers come. So we just had the baby. My mother-in-law came over to help with the baby. And, we just basically spent the whole day moving, and we had like not done a good job packing, and we were like taking stuff over ourselves, and it was just like stress to the max, and like moving with a baby is not easy, and like somebody has to actually watch the baby. And I just like, I don't know, I felt it just felt so stressful, and I'm really glad it's done now, and I like totally forgot how stressful it was already. But yeah, it was, looking back at this, I was actually like, oh, this is stressing me out just looking at this. But anyway, and then we got just like a bunch of takeout food, because what else are you gonna do on moving day? And then on Friday I got a pumpkin spice latte, because this was still in October. And then and then I had to take the baby and my big kid to get their flu shots. So the baby, she was like under 6 months when the first one happened or whatever, or just 6 months. So you have to like split it into the two flu shots, whatever that rule is. I can't remember. But anyway, or like under a year. So she had to get her second flu shot, and my big kid hadn't gotten her flu shot yet. She got the first flu shot with her brother, and then the second one with her sister. So anyway, I took them to get the flu shot. I almost forgot that I had to bring my big kid, and I like dropped her off at school, and then called them like 5 minutes later. I was like, nope, I'm coming back. She has to get a shot. I'll be right back. I like literally ran her over to the doctor. It's like 10 minutes away, and like we were like there and back within 20 minutes. I'm like, yeah, okay, go back to school. Anyway, and then I mostly just did some unpacking and that kind of stuff, and the workers were already like back to work that day, and they came to just like finish up a few things, and they fixed a few things that we noticed after we moved in. So that was actually, I was like pretty stressed beforehand about having to live here while they were finishing work, but it actually ended up being really nice, because we were able to like live in the space and see like, oh no, actually I would like this light switch here instead of there, and like little things like that, or like please patch this paint better, stuff like that was really helpful to be living in this space and like getting used to it while they were still working here and could still fix things and stuff. Oh, and then Thursday night, I'm like so behind on where I'm talking, but Thursday night we also had a DoorDash disaster, and I like swore off DoorDash for like 3 months after this, and I was just using Caviar, but then eventually I realized that Caviar is just owned by DoorDash, which made me feel really angry about it. We had like just like a whole thing where like a restaurant canceled the order, but it happened way later, but then like the customer service chat person was incredibly rude to me and just like kicked me out of the chat. I don't like understand that it's not their fault, but I was like just trying to get some kind of resolution, and like the person was incredibly rude to me, and it was a chat, so I don't feel like I was being rude to them. I was just like trying to get like resolution as to why this had happened. But anyway, it was like a whole thing. I try and keep a cool head. But anyway, so after that we used Caviar for a while until I realized that they were the same thing. But I still actually like Caviar better if it's like another one of those DoorDash kind of food delivery apps. But anyway, yeah. And then Saturday was actual Halloween, and my poor husband missed Halloween because he had to go and clean our rental. And I took the kids to the Halloween thing in my dad's neighborhood, which was like a masked social distancing Halloween event. It was really nice because like I didn't really feel like okay about trick-or-treating, but then, and we also have not like had very much success trick-or-treating in the past. But so this was like a really good neighborhood event, and they got so much candy, like, oh my gosh, people were so generous. I think just like, people feel bad about kids missing stuff. So they were just like so generous with the whole giving of candy. And like there there were not like a ton of kids and not like a ton of little kids either. So like they just like loaded them up. The kids were like pulling full-size candy bars. We were like, what? Oh my God, when I got home with the candy bag and I showed it to my husband, he was just like, what is this? Anyway, it was like multiple full-size candy bars plus all like the little candies. And like, of course, my kids are toddlers and they're like want the grossest things. They like the sugar bones and like candy corn, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna take all your chocolate then, thanks. But yeah, so that is pretty much it for this spread. My camera is gonna cut off in a second, and I just finished the writing and just the washi and flourishes off screen, but I will be back super soon with more plan with me's and more catching up. If there are any topics or anything, any questions you want me to answer, any topics you want me to do while I'm catching up on all these memory spreads, let me know in the comments.
Okay, that is everything all finished up. I am so happy to be back, so happy to be planning. It was a little bit painful to get through that, but we made it. I am sure I will get back in the swing of things. No problem. Anyway, let me just give this one last wiggle. I hope you are all doing well. Definitely stay tuned because much more videos coming. I am back to filming again. Anyway, let me show you what I have back from the kit, left from the kit. Wow, I can speak anyway. Just a bit of functional stuff here. I used all the full boxes and I used most of the bottom washi. That is everything. So if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I'd love it if you'd subscribe and check me out on Instagram at mycraftyplans to keep up with everything going on in my planners. Bye.